ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः 10th verse. We have done it, but just to make sure that everything has been covered, the last line I think needs a little bit of explanation. 10th verse, section 16, subsection 17. निष्कामोत्तमधर्मसम्भ्रमजुषाम् जन्मावलीनां फलम् भक्तिः सा परमेश्वरस्य पदयोः आवेदनीया मया सर्वस्वं मम तत्कलेति समया क्लिप्तस्य पूजाविधौ पूर्णत्वाय निवेदितो निजमनश्चिन्तामणिर्दक्षिणा. So, Nishkama Uttama Dharma Sambhrama Jusham. So, this is the Sambhrama Jusham. Here, Sambhrama generally means this, what is that, delusion, but here it means enthusiasm. The enthusiasm of finally discovering that I am free of desires, that I'm not so motivated all the time by some kind of a compulsive, pounding. Just I want this, I want this, I want this. This kind of a pounding is not there. I am free. I am free of, I have some relief from that compulsive desiring, which is like a shadow which weighs me down. I don't have this, I can greet the world with a semblance of objectivity, which I never commanded before. And I'm thrilled. The author says that finally to get to this place where one is free of just being bothered by the world. World includes one's own body, world includes other people, world includes God. Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, all of it is included in the world. And what is that? What is the problem here? The problem here is something which is strange. As soon as I get up, I start complaining. I complain about others, and then I complain about God. I complain about Vedanta. I complain about the classes. I complain about the teacher. I complain about myself. Everything. And so there is a series of complaints, and these complaints come from a sense of disenchantment and discontent centered on a wrong understanding of the self. That is the origin of the complaints. I don't know myself, and so if I don't know myself, everything becomes a source of complaint. All the things in the world become a source of complaint, and so I'm all the time complaining. And so therefore what? So therefore something has to change. And this is, and suddenly I find that I command. Here is the author saying this. Suddenly one finds that one commands a certain freedom. And what is that freedom? That freedom is that suddenly the complaints have taken a back seat. They have dissipated. They are no longer up front and center. I can appreciate something without needing to find fault with it. I can look at myself without needing to, without feeling like I have to, I have to do something and I have to repair myself. And I can look at the world without feeling like I have to change something there in order so that I am okay. This is the problem. This is the problem. And so finally there is that joy, and that joy is that of nishkama uttama dharma sambhrama jusham. Jusham means being able to do what is expected of me in this life without constantly needing validation, without constantly second guessing myself, without constantly finding fault, without constantly being disenchanted, disillusioned, and always complaining. This is something which is very nice. And he says it is a gift. It is a gift of what? Janmavalinam phalam. It is a gift of having taken so many births. It's not just the gift of births, it's the gift of receiving slaps in each birth. Each birth I wanted to do as I wanted, and then one slap karma gave. And then, oh, okay, I can't do this. Next birth again I tried, and another, another slap karma gave. And so, understanding that I cannot get my own way when ever. So therefore, I have to transform myself. This kind of a what is that thing called? This kind of a realization is the result of having, it's not for the having not tried, having tried, and not succeeded. In what? In trying to tweak the world into my own raga dveshas to fulfill my own desires. The world is not your oyster. You can't keep just making something happen in this world and then trying to do something whatever you want. It doesn't work that way. So therefore, this is the gift of so many births. Who knew that samsara also gave a gift? Here, samsara in the form of a lot of births, a line of births has given the gift of emotional maturity for this person. And then so this is the and so this gratitude, that finally I can get a little bit of respite from my own desiring and from my own complaints, I dedicate at the feet of the Lord. Parameshwarasya padayoho avedaniya maya. It needs to be offered by me to at the feet of the very Lord, because of whom this gift was received. And then sarvasvam mama tatkala iti samaya kliptasya puja vidhau. And in fact, this is the fulfillment. Kliptasya puja vidhehe means in this new kind of a puja that we have been talking about. And what is this new kind of a puja? Where all the ingredients of the puja are being transformed into various attitudes of the mind, etc. So this kind of a puja, these kinds of things are what they are these ingredients of the puja, are the culmination. This bhakti is the culmination of all this. This entire basis of this puja is because of this attitude which has been given to me by Bhagavan. And then Purnatvaya Nivedita Nija. So then the last one of the last steps is offering dakshina. Dakshina means money, but some wealth or something like a gift, offering that. And then you do that, when sometimes people come to your house. uh, in India, you do that. Whoever comes, before they leave, you give them a present, mm, just to say thank you for coming to the and visiting my house. And so therefore, this kind of a dakshina is offered. And here, what is the dakshina? Purnatvaya nivedita. Purnatvaya Nivedita. So the Purnatvaya means for the fullness, Nivedita. So praying for this fullness. I offered, so praying for this continued fullness, which is not just the preparation. Here he is talking about the preparation of in the form of karma yoga, because of which the desires have receded. But then I want that fullness, which is the blessing of Atma Jnanam, So I want that fullness, and so for the sake of this fullness, I offer, I offer a I offer a dakshina. What is the dakshina? A very nice this thing. Manas chintamani. I offer the mind. I offer the mind to you. This mind that is full of all kinds of problems, this mind that is full of all kinds of fears, this mind that is full of difficulties, this mind that is always vacillating. Should I do this? Should I not? Should I do this? Should I not? Vedanta or no Vedanta? This is the problem where the mind is always like a hammock going back and forth lazily in the sun. And so therefore this kind of a mind, untrained mind, and then so Nijamana means my own mind, is Chintamani. Chintamani is called it's a pun here. Chintamani, the original Chintamani is a very rare gem. You cannot find it very easily, and there was just one of its kind or something like that. There are some stories associated with it being stolen and all these things, and just like the Kohinoor, which is sitting in the throne, which is sitting in the crown of the mother of the queen who just departed, and so now the Indians are wanting it back, and so like that. So this Chintamani is one of a kind, very rare gem, and it is called Chintamani. And a bad translation would mean worry bead. Chinta money bead, Chinta worry. No, that's not the correct translation here, even though it's tempting to go there. So Chintamani here means this thing, money is gem. Chinta means a gem that gives the what's the word for it? Gives a demeanor, a present of contemplation. Gives the present of contemplation. Chinta is also worry. Chinta is also deep thinking, contemplation. So a contemplative gem. You see, the gemstones have certain qualities, and if you go to in India, if you go to a astrologer and or a jeweler, the jeweler is also a little bit of an astrologer. Or if you go to the astrologer, they will say your, for example, your Jupiter is weak. Weak means what? It is in Capricorn. That's all. It is debilitated. And so then what to do? Because the Jupiter placement, is very important in the horoscope, because that decides how that decides a lot of things. That decides how much clout you bring to this life. And that decides your worth in a way, on an empirical level. That decides, like when you walk, are other people listening, are other people looking up to you? That decides how much respect you are accorded and afforded in society. That decides your ability to be in the right place at the right time. That is, Jupiter is the planet of luck and good fortune. So you want the Jupiter to be in the correct place, but more often than not, it is not in the correct place. Even if it's in the right place, it is afflicted, by certain other malefics on both sides. It's like in a scissor. Here is Rahu, for example, here is Shani, and in between there is Jupiter, but in a very nice position. What's the use? This is called Papa Kartari Yoga. Papa Kartari Yoga means, Kartari means Katri. What is that? Scissors. So the Jupiter is in between Rahu and Shani, or Ketu and Shani, so it is difficult. So then, if such things are there, you go to the astrologer will see how afflicted the degree of Jupiter, how much afflicted it is, and then we'll see the relative strength of the other planets. And then what will the astrologer do? The astrologer will give a will give a parihara. Parihara means a remedy. And what is the remedy? Please wear on your right index finger. See, this is the ahankara finger, this is the pointing finger, this is the finger that's up front, this is the one we use the most. So wear on your finger, on your right or the dominant hand finger, you wear so many carats of yellow sapphire. Yellow is the color of Jupiter, and and sapphire is the stone of Jupiter. So please wear so many carats of yellow sapphire. So and you should wear it all the time, not once a year. I'll put it on my birthday. No, you have to wear it all the time, and even you don't even take it off while bathing. Nothing. You wear it all the time, and then what happens is that somehow that stone has a certain energy, and that stone helps to compensate for some, if not all, of the placement of the wrong placement of the planet. Similarly, moon. Moon is very important because moon is the santulan of the balance of the mind. If the moon is disturbed, then there is some kind of derangement, depression, all these things. So if the moon is afflicted, they will say wear pearl. And then if Mangala, the Mars, is afflicted, they will say wear coral. So like this, there are all these gemstones for various kinds of afflictions. Meaning the crystals and the gems that are there, they have, because everything is one, so they have a influence on this body, on this mind, on these senses, because they are there. So they are part of the empirical creation. And so one gem can cancel out some other weakness or affliction. So this is a well-known fact in numerology and astrology. They practice this, and gemology, they do this all the time. And so here, this Chintamani is a gem. If it is in the presence of the person, or if the person is wearing it, immediately they go into samadhi. Immediately they become very, very calm. It cancels out the complaining quality, and it lends to the person, the owner of the gem, a kind of a contemplative quality. So naturally, people were scrambling after this Chintamani. I mean, it's kind of a mythical gem. Nobody even knows whether it really exists or not. But then there is all these stories about it being stolen, about it being replaced, and what is that? Some kind of a fake gem going under the name of Chintamani. All these things are there, and so this Chintamani, we don't even know whether it existed or not. But there was a great scramble for it, showing to us a very important thing. What does it show? It shows that there is a desire for having a calm mind. There is the premium for having a calm mind is very, 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 very important. And so everybody is scrambling after this. Perhaps people thought, I don't need to study Vedanta, all I need is this gem, and I will be free of complaints. But that is easier said than done. And even if the gem comes, it is not going to replace the study. But here he says that this mind which has gained, this which is in the form of Chintamani. Why? Because of your gift of Karma Yoga, because of all these births, and because of the gift of this prasada of emotional maturity. And this mind, I dedicate it back to you. I give you this mind. Why shouldn't I keep it for myself? Because whatever you give Bhagavan, you get to keep it for yourself. He's not going to eat the laddus, and he's not even wanting your calm mind. Your calm mind is not separate from Bhagavan. Bhagavan is already residing in that calm mind. So you give it back to Bhagavan and you say, this is your abode. And so this is what I'm offering, the gem of my own calmness, my tranquility, I offer to you. This is the thing. Then, yeah, so this one completes that. Purnatvaya niveditah manaschintamanihi dakshina. And then the next one is the is, you sit down for some praise and everything. You sit down to, after doing the dakshina, you have some shlokas, etc. You do some, what is that, some punaf puja, it's called shlokas, it is called. So all these shlokas you do, and so then that is the next step. Let us see what happens here. So uh, this is verse number 11. यावन्त्येव भुवां रजांस्य गणित ब्रह्माण्डकोटिस्पृशा तावद्भिरजसां गणर्गणयितुं शक्या गुणा यस्य न त्वं तादृग्गुणवांस्तथापि मुनिभिः निर्गुणस्तूयसे तत्किं स्तौमि महेश हे शिव भवद्रूपं विदूरं धियाम्. Very nice set of puns. Yavanti, yavan, yavanti eva, yavantu eva bhuvam rajamsi aganita brahmanda kotis prisham. So yavan means to the extent. To the extent, yavanti, to the extent what? Bhuvam, on this earth. To the extent that on this earth, not just on this earth, Bhuvam means all three worlds. Yeah, so it includes all the worlds. So to the extent that in all the worlds, what is that? Rajam si aganita brahmanda kotis prisham. Aganita brahmanda means this, all the millions of worlds that are there, to the extent that the dust that is there. I mean, think of the dust only just on your work table. Okay, that's all. Don't even include your own house, the whole house. Just on the table that you work. So 3-4 days go by, and then you have put your desk right next to the window because you want to look out and have a nice time. But then the window also is attracting a lot of dust. So you go away for a few days, and then when you come back, what happens? The whole thing is covered with dust. Even to dust that off is a great effort. What to talk of the room, what to talk of the whole house. That is why it is not good to have huge homes, because you are left to dust with it all the time. Keep on just this thing. And that is why one has to grow out of having what are those things called? Those knickknacks. Knickknacks means these things that you buy because you thought you have gone to Europe, you have gone to a foreign land, and you have gone to some kind of a you have gone to some kind of a unusual place, and then you want a memento. And at that time somebody was selling you this on the street and it looked very good, and you thought you really wanted it, or you could give it to somebody or whatever. You just amassed all these things. People like to do this. And you go, and then you come back with all these things. And in India this is a big fashion. So in India most of the houses have some kind of a display case called a showcase, and then you put everything there, big doll, small doll, some tchotchke, some artifact, something. You keep on collecting, and then each little thing which is so delicate, it's made of crystal, it's made of glass, you touch it, you look at it, becomes powder. That's how delicate it is. And each one has to be dusted, and the surface on which it sits has to be dusted. It is just a very difficult affair. Think about it. So this is, this verse, wherever it's going, doesn't matter, but from the first line itself, the thing to understand is to have a garage sale immediately, and let all this go. Oh, but I have a mantle piece. Doesn't matter, keep it empty. Doesn't matter. There is some kind of a, that there is that emptiness. It's got a kind of a zen quality to it. It's nice. Keep it empty. Don't fill it up. Everything is filled up, filled up, filled up. In fact, the empty spaces help contemplation. No, but I can't bear to look at the empty space. That's because you are projecting the inner emptiness onto the space. That's what it is. Yeah, empty rooms, empty spaces are the delight of Vedantins, should be at this stage. After so much study, after so much Bodhasara, just shed. After studying the Upanishad, you have to shed. Okay, that's why it's called Upanishad. You have to shed all kinds of things. The walls are full. The everything is full. This is, just let go a little bit. And all these unnecessary things, show off to whom? And the pandemic has showed us that nobody visits anymore, and you are sick of looking at those things, so let them all go. This is what it is. So why did I get off on this tangent? Because we talked about the word dust. So the dust that covers your desk is itself a big, a big task to clean up. And imagine the dust that covers the whole universe. Brahmanda Koti, multiple universes, it says. Brahmanda is one universe. Brahmanda Koti, Sprisham means the dust that touches multiple universes, not just one universe. So you can have space dust, star dust, this dust, that dust, every single dust. Think about that. Can you measure that? He asks the author. Can you measure that? Of course not. You cannot measure that. Nobody can measure that. You can't even measure the dust that sits on your work desk. And so, uh, then, such are your qualities. Your qualities are like the dust that covers million universes, billions of universes. Your qualities exceed even the dust that covers millions of universes. It is so amazing. You have endless qualities. And here I am supposed to do Punaf Puja. This is another step after offering Dakshina, everything. You sit down, quietly. So I'm doing Punaf Puja here, but then I'm supposed to praise you, and I have exhausted all praise because your qualities are inexhaustible. Your qualities are like the dust that cover multiple universes, millions of universes, and then so Ganaitum na shakya yasya gunaha, whose qualities are immeasurable and impossible to count, impossible to reckon. Okay, start listing those qualities. But what? Tvam tadrik gunavan. So you are this kind of a person who has these ananta kalyana guna sampannas. You have endless qualities. You are endowed with endless prowess, endless powers. Oh Bhagavan. But then, tathapi, even though munibhihi nirgunaha stuyase, but by the sages who know your nature, you are eulogized as nirguna, free of all qualities. Tell me now what to do. Should I list your qualities and then validate your qualities and laud your qualities, extol your prowesses, your multifold prowesses, or should I invoke you as free of all qualities just like the sages do? How can I praise you? Tat kim staumi Mahesha he Shiva. How to praise you? Who is you? Bhavadrupam viduram dhiyam. The one whose form is far away from being an object of thought. Viduram dhiyam, far away from the brain, the buddhi. It is not an object of the buddhi. The ones whose qualities are not the object of the buddhi at all. So, how to praise you who is free of qualities and who is not an object of thought, and yet all the qualities belong to you? And this is a very big confusing thing. Please tell me how to praise you. Very nice pun. The pun, very, very nice, this thing of Vedanta, very nice, wonderful thing of Vedanta here, because here in this sentence we have both Tatastha Lakshana and Swarupa Lakshana. Swarupa Lakshana and Tatastha Lakshana both are there, and so this is the thing. And so what is the Swarupa Lakshana? Essentially, you are free of any qualities. No qualities. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, those are not qualities. You are free of all qualities. Your nature is that which is free of all qualities. No quality sticks to it, because if you had a quality, then you would not be limitless, and if you had a body, then you would become finite just like every other objects. If you had a mind, then oh Ishvara, you would be subject to depression just like everyone else. And so therefore you have no body, you have no qualities, you have no upadhi, you are free of all qualities. Yet every quality that is there, that is what? It's non separate from you. It is a manifestation of you alone. This is the Tatastha Lakshana. The one who has the ability to project this universe, the one who has the ability to sustain the universe, and likewise the one who has the ability to take back the universe. When? After the finishing of this um, cycle of creation, the one who has the ability to take back the universe, project, sustain, take back. But then not only project the universe how? In the form of herself, himself. That is how. Project the universe. Project the universe means every single name and form that is in the universe is non separate from Bhagavan. So, a projection that is non separate from the quote unquote entry into the universe. Into each name and form, Bhagavan has inserted herself, himself, so that everything that you see is just you alone. So, you who is of many, many qualities, you who is manifest as the mountains, the tree, the sky, the sun, the birds, the bees, the fauna, the flora, everything that you see, the river, the houses, everything, other beings in the universe, other bodies, animals, plants, everything you are. You are so many. How you have spread like the dust that covers these millions of universes, and yet your essential nature is free of every name and form. You inhabit all names and forms, but that inhabiting is just the name and form is as though, and that inhabiting is free of all gunas, everything. So the presence in the whole jagat, I see only your presence, but through these qualities, through these things, through these various through these various manifestations, I see you. And then please, I am at a loss. I'm supposed to sing your praises, but yet you are beyond the mind, beyond comprehension as an object. You are the truth of me. You are the truth of the subject. And so then, how on earth can I eulogize you? How can I do this? How on earth can I eulogize you? You please tell me the way. So this is because you are far away, you are not an object, but then all objects reside in you, preside in you, abide in you. And this is, the famous verse in the 9th chapter. Maya tatamidam sarvam. All this is verily pervaded by me. And then me, the formless sentience, that formless consciousness which blesses everything in the universe. And then every being has its being in me, yet I am not any one of them. the so-called paradox here between the interface of the Swarupa Lakshana, which means the definition of Bhagavan Brahman as free of everything, free of all qualities, free of being an object, free of objectification, and then at the same time Tatastha Lakshana, yet magically manifests as all the things in the universe without being any one thing. Manifests as your mind, manifests as your thought. But here again, the thinker is Bhagavan, the thought is Bhagavan, the object of thought is Bhagavan, the means of thinking is Bhagavan. Everything is Bhagavan, but Bhagavan is not just the thinker, not just the means of knowledge, not just the object of thought. All three are Bhagavan, but Bhagavan is free of all of them. Very beautifully put, not easy to put in verse. Okay, very, very nice. Then, next one. Yeah. श्वेतं श्याममिति प्रकाशयति चेद् अर्कः स किं श्यामतां श्वेतत्वं च तदा तत् च दधाति तद्वत् इतरो मुग्धेषु यः द्वैताद्वैतविकल्पजालकलनातीताय शुद्धात्मने जाग्रत्स्वानुभवप्रकाशमहसे देवाय तस्मै नमः. Shvetam, whiteness. Yeah, this is a very involved verse, so we may just look at the meaning today and then pick it up next time. I wish to end the class a little early. I have an appointment, so therefore we'll just look at the meaning today and then pick it up next time. Shvetam, whiteness. Shyamam, black. Okay. Prakashayati chet. If the sun illumines, the sun illumines what? The white and the black together. It doesn't make a distinction. Here there is some kind of a what is that? There is a pejorative what is that? Quality connected with a color black, which is there in the universe even now, like black money and all these things. We have to come out of that, because it is not about the color, but then shyamam, we shouldn't take it as black, but something dark, shady. We shouldn't take it as black color, but because then it is some kind of a colorist statement. But here something that is shady, dense, not very upfront, not transparent. Like that we have to take it. So even though this thing is white and black, don't take it as white and black. Okay, so white again, transparent, upfront, and then black here means dark, shady, not easily visible, and something hiding something. Okay, so the sun the sun puts the light on the shade and puts the light on anything that is easily visible. It shows up, and if it's not easily visible, it illumines the fact that it is not easily visible. So then so the sun illumines that, and then sakim shyamatam shvetatvam cha dadhati tadvat itarah mugdheshu yah. So what about the Bhagavan, who even who supports both the shady and the transparent? What about this Bhagavan who supports both? So because here the idea is that which we call Bhagavan is beyond quote unquote good and quote unquote bad, because that which transcends all the gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. We are just seeing the meaning. Next time we'll see this in detail. So what about you, O Lord, who illumines both, and then yet mugdheshu, by the people, on part of the people who don't know this, on part of the uninitiated into this nature of yours, uninitiated into Vedanta, the one who sees these two things as separate and cause themselves great distress as a result. Because if you say, oh, there are lots of shady things in the world, naturally it causes pain. oh, they are out to get me, it causes fear. So the ones that are just embroiled in the pain, sorrow, and fear of this, that is what is the the ones who don't know that you support both. This is who you are. And then the who are you? Dvaita Dvaita Vikalpa Jala Kalana Tita. You are free of Dvaita. You are free of duality. Yeah, that I understand. But you are also free of non-duality, because non-duality is a is a relative term. It's the negation of duality. But when there is no duality, you don't have to say non-duality. So you are free of duality, non-duality, and the jala kalana means that conflictual. What is that? Jala means the pasha. Net, the conflictual net in which we are all trapped. And you are Shuddhatman. Shuddhatman means you are you are free of all afflictions. Jagrat Swanubhava Prakasha Mahase. You who illumine the waking mind as non separate from yourself, all the waking minds in the waking state. Because in sleep you cannot know Bhagavan as the truth of yourself. So, in the waking state, the one who illumines the mind as the truth of oneself, unto that Lord Namaha. That is the thing. So, more we'll see next time. Next time will be, let me look at the date and let you know. Next time will be, yes, it will be on the Saturday, the 1st of October. Okay, next time will be the 1st of October. We will see that, and then Mundaka Upanishad on Sunday. And then I want to make an announcement, because this starting this Monday to next Sunday, there will not be any classes, because I'm going for a conference, so I will not be here. So today. Tomorrow morning class will be there, both Sanskrit and Bhashya class, Taittiriya Upanishad. And tomorrow evening class will also be there, which is Mundaka Upanishad. Okay, yeah, all the best. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you.